Hey everybody, welcome back to Mod Pop Thrift. My name's Tom, full-time eBay reseller, stay-at-home dad for 5 kids. I got Evelyn. It's Friday. We're going yard sailing. Special guest star, the wife, had a day off of school because of baby doctor's appointments. And so we're gonna go see what we can find. Let's do it. This one kind of looks like a used sporting goods store from the road. So we'll see. It looks like it's kind of specialty stuff. And I mean, I know a lot of people get into used sporting goods, but it's when you find a golf set for 10 bucks that somebody's getting rid of, not somebody who's reselling used sporting goods. Whoa!
Priced it, so just let me know.
Okay.
I was seeing if you had some new stuff. No, the stuff that we did have, it goes to Austin. Yeah. What's Josh doing?
He's going into the airport.
That's what I thought.
Like finally, he was working out with the Marines.
That's
Since the fall.
Yeah.
No, and I was just
Right, but they can't jump yet.
Would you like them in?
So I judged that book by its cover. It was better than I thought. So we got this swim thing, 2011 Cars new in package for $1.50, and it probably will sell for, like, the only one listed's 40 bucks, but the sold comps are like between 15 and 20 plus shipping. So at $2, that's a good pickup. And then there's a Mizuno glove that I just sold one for like $45, and it sold the same day. That was $2. And then this bicycle seat, since stuff was so cheap, I was on the fence about this bicycle seat. I didn't comp it. This isn't a seat, it's a saddle, but it's made in Italy, and it's high quality. Whether or not it's desirable, I don't know, but for $1 I was going to take a chance on it. So we're at $4.50, which probably puts me right at like 10x already on just that little bit of stuff. Sale number 2, and yeah, it's quiet. There's not a lot of sales in this neighborhood, but there are enough that it's worth going around on a Friday. I'd certainly want to be out here on Saturday. I don't see anything super fun there.
from the road.
Ah,
That's what that was.
daggone. That is an incredible price. Holy cow.
Yeah.
Thank you. Need this.
Do the boys have
Walter Wade.
Hero Edition?
Yeah, Walter Wade, which we went to a program and not
So not the kind of thing I'm normally picking up at garage sales, but $8 for synthetic Mobil 1. This is probably almost $100 worth. And then this is a double up if I decide not to keep it. So what is this, number 3? Good morning. Yes. That's nice looking. But oh no, it's just a giveaway from a bank. I think those are Leonard figures, not G.I. Joes. I'm almost 100%. Is this the man in the yellow hat? Oh no. Oh, these are free. I do know what that one is well enough to maybe. that a switcher? No. Hyman Carden. I'm not gonna mess with this stuff. What'd you find? $5 for vintage puzzles. Oh yeah, that's probably.
I'll probably sell for these 3 big ones. So I push it
Mom, right behind my
These
back.
are in the stack too. I didn't know if
Yeah.
Mom, right behind my
by
back.
themselves.
Right behind.
So I was able to grab this Lifesavers for $1, which is pretty crazy. I didn't even take it apart to make sure, but I think it's probably really good. This Bulls jacket is just insane. I didn't even look at this, see if it had, no, it's got nothing on the back. And then this Sonicare was $1. I'll probably just sell the base, not the replacement heads, because you can get in trouble selling replacement heads.
And then I found these vintage wooden puzzles. There's 2 Humpty Dumptys and a Pinocchio. And then there were 2 like vintage dinosaur ones in there too. She gave it to us for all of them for 10. I think the 3 wooden ones will sell for like $7-8 a piece plus shipping.
No ma'am, don't need it.
That's me with my kids. My kids are way older and I still say that.
How much are your stuff on this table?
Pick out what you want and I will. The more you buy, I will knock off some. I just did the last one.
Not a great sell-through rate on this TWA jacket. I paid, it's on the ground. I paid $20 for it, but it's May. Not going to be a great sell-through rate on jackets. So I probably won't even list this until it starts to get cooler, because I don't want it to sit in my store without selling. But it's pretty awesome. Okay, so this one I got for Desiree. This one is Spider. Paid $45 for all of this stuff. This is just a Spider nice men's XL jacket. This is Robert Graham, and they were 4 for $10. So I added that one to the pile because it made the pile, the cost of everything, a little bit lower. That is really cool, Panhandle Slim, long sleeve pearl snap, vintage, made in Taiwan, Foot Locker uniform. This is a Chevy West Arc vintage satin jacket. And then $30 I bought this slot cars. I always do really well with slot cars, but these vintage Auroras in that tiny scale I think are gonna be heat. I'll probably break this all up, but it's cool. So that's the day. We went yard sailing. She didn't find very much. Did you buy anything?
No.
Besides stuff for me for the puzzles.
Yeah.
Did you buy anything? I found a whole bunch of good stuff, but I'm not looking for the same stuff as everybody else. But now it's 10 o'clock and the mail runs in like an hour and I have like 9 items to ship. So we need to get on that. So here's the haul. This is probably the prize of the day. That's a men's XL. You can still see that I paid $2 for it. I should be able to get over 100 for it. This I bought for my wife because that's from her school. This seat, made in Italy, saddle. This isn't a seat. Cell Royal. I don't know anything about that. This Mizuno, I just sold one just exactly like that in Days for like $40. Splatoon, I paid $10. Foot Locker, Panhandle Slim. That's a nice long sleeve black button down men's medium. This is a 2XL Robert Graham short sleeve. So it's not a super desirable Robert Graham, but it is a Robert Graham. I paid $1 for it because so he was $3 a piece, or 4 for 10. So 3 $3, and this spider I paid $3, and then the 10, I paid $1 for that, and then I paid $5 for this Chevy West Arc, and that's a really good piece. The TWA I paid $10, or I paid $20 for, and it's a really good size. You can see the zipper and the neck. It's missing a hood, but I still think that I should get a quick sale on that when the weather starts to turn, so I probably won't list it until then. Probably $60 to $80. This piece I paid $1.50 for, should be $17 plus shipping. Mrs. Mod and Pop Thrift picked up these puzzles. They were $5 a piece is what the lady was asking, and I was like, oh, I don't want them for that. She's like, how about $10 for all of them? Not a great price, but I was already in line, and there were like that Bulls jacket and the Sonicare toothbrush, which I expect to do really well with both of those, and we'll talk about the Sonicare in a minute. So I was like, okay, I didn't want the one thing that Desiree pulled all day to be something we end up putting back, and I think they'll do well enough, and I was ready to just be out of line, and I'll make up that money on these. Sonicare, I would not sell most things as Sonicare, but this, the replacement heads are, like, people get sued over those because there's so many fake ones that Phillips gets real particular when you start selling the heads and you're not an authorized dealer. So this only has one head in it, and I think it's used. So I'm gonna take that one off and sell, I may even just take it out of the box and sell just the base unit. Motor oil, I wasn't gonna pass that up for $8. It's 60 something dollars at Walmart right now. And so I should do really well with it if I, depending on what I, like, it's got to ship ground, and putting that box in a box, and oil is so readily available. Why would anybody be buying it on eBay? But I imagine I'll do okay with it. This, I paid $1 for this sleeping bag, and it's super neat, but I didn't realize at the time where it's pink on the ends, and I didn't unfold it. Where it's pink, you can see the insulation through it. That's supposed to be foil, and it's not. And I suspect there are a lot of them out there in this kind of bad shape, but there aren't a lot in great shape. So probably the ones that sell are the ones that still have the foil, and they sell for good money. But this one may be just $1 investment into learning that. But I'll still list it and find out. This Thunderjet is worth some money. I paid $30 for it. I didn't even really look super hard at what's there, but like this vet, and I don't know what this, I don't even know what this car is. And then, is that a Mustang? No, I don't know. Anyway, this scale of slot car does super crazy well. And that one fell out of my hand. So these will do really, really well at $30. It's not even a question. I was trying to decide whether or not I wanted to buy some Lionel trains at the same time, but I just decided to get what I knew for sure was good. Lionel trains can be good, but they're not always great. Is this the plunger? Yeah. Huh. I've not seen that before. That's neat. Tempted to set this up and run some cars and see, but I probably won't. So this probably turned into a really long video, but that's my day. I'm going to go try and get most of this stuff listed, everything that I can anyway today, and see if we can't keep making money. I think this sells me out of Big Dog shirts that I bought for $1 a piece at a yard sale over a year ago. This one sold for $12.99 free shipping, which is kind of as low as I go on t-shirts, unless it's something that is just ridiculous and it's been forever and it wasn't a good buy, and I know that now, but I didn't know it when it got listed. So I'll have some shirts that are like $6.99 plus shipping, or $12.99 free shipping listed, and I'll take a better offer just to get it gone. But that one sold for $12.99 free shipping, and it's been around for a while. These are never going to be fantastic, but they do sell yellow Nancy Drew flashlight novels in small lots. I paid $2 for these. They sold for $9 plus shipping. So it's not like a home run, but it is something that I pick up lots of them. And if they're in sequence like this, that's probably a big part of, if these hadn't been 1, 2, 3, 4, even probably if they had been like 5, 6, 7, 8, the 1, 2, 3, 4 is a you know, the start. That is a big part of why I picked those up. If I probably wouldn't have only picked up 4 if they had been non-sequential. I definitely wouldn't have picked them up. Sequential and not 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe I pick them up. But if there were 10, then I'd probably pick them up at 50 cents a piece, because they would do reasonably well. Right before Christmas, I picked up these for $5 a piece at Ollie's, and I paid $100 for them. So I got a bunch. And I lotted 3 together, and I was doing $25 thinking that they would flip quickly. They have not. These sold for $18.50. So I'm at maybe breaking even on these at this point. I probably would be better to have a yard sale and have them $5 a piece at the yard sale, but I don't do that because again, this feeds the beast. So if they sell, then that's conversion. And so I would rather have them on eBay as a loss leader. Maybe I should mark them down and actually lose money and then get them to move quickly. Oh, I was just in that box. And here we have the purple monorail train. Purple being the stripe color there. This has a bunch of track with it. We basically I had one that was complete in the box, and so I built a set out of the parts that I had to complete that and make it complete in box. And then any other track pieces that I had for the monorail, I added with this one. That model sold for, I listed it for $89, and I took a $80 offer. It was only listed for a day or two, but 10% seems like a reasonable amount to give somebody a discount just to get the sale for me. So the buyer's all in at $94, so that's $80 plus shipping. That's a pretty good sale. This thing here, picked this up for like $3 or $4 at a garage sale a week ago. Sun, I think it's dated 94. Yeah, 1994. Single stitch Taz. Really, that's just a desirable shirt. It's going to go to Korea, I believe. It's definitely going to a freight forwarder. This clock sold for $15, free shipping. I plugged it in when I got it home, and it caught on fire. I paid like $6 for it in an estate sale, and this would be a $30, $40 clock if it were functional. But in the paper that's taped inside here has the hands, and the face is not actually attached. But all of that's in the photographs. So this still sold for $15 plus shipping because it's such a desirable clock that somebody will make it work with a new motor. So mid-century modern starburst pattern clocks are a no-brainer, even if they've caught on fire. I mean, I'm not actually making money on this anymore because I bought it for $6 or $7. It sold for $15. I make a couple of bucks, but had it not caught on fire, it would have been a $40 clock. Wow, what a fantastic morning. Got so much good stuff and hanging out with my girls, and that was cool. But now I have lots of items that I have to ship, and I am ill prepared for that, and it's 10:30, so the mailman could show up on me at any moment. But Evie's gonna hang out with mommy the rest of the day, so I can just focus on what I'm doing. But I would like to get all that garage sale stuff listed today, because it's all such, most all of it is just banger stuff. And so let's talk about the video that dropped today, where I just like called you all amateurs. I also am an amateur. I don't feel like I did a good job of saying, like, I put myself in that group of, I'm playing JV ball too. Like, but the thing, the point I'm trying to make is, I feel like I just pointed out, everybody does this wrong. I think we need to try to be on the bottom side of the median until we get to the point where things start selling very quickly. And I feel like I'm almost there. Like, a lot of the things that I sell, buy, and price will sell within a week. And then you can kind of start to creep up because you're getting more exposure. But to think, if everybody priced below the average price, all the average prices would come way down. But I think there are enough sellers willing to price above the market that there's not a real danger of crashing the market because everybody's trying to race to the bottom. But I think that if you're seeing slow sales, stale inventory, low ball offers, and you feel like you're spinning your wheels and not getting anywhere, the solution is I would start with the oldest listings, delist, relist at a low end of comps. And the new things that I'm listing, I would be listing not at the top of the market. Unless you have some crazy banger, list that. If it's the only one listed, today I picked up that Lifesavers sleeping bag. It's going to be the only one listed. There isn't any sold comps either, except for on Terapeak. One sold for $75. So I could list that kind of wherever I want, because if somebody wants it, I'm going to be the only one that's got one. But, so something like that's a different story. But if you have something that there's 25 listed and you're above the middle of the pack, and you are a seller who isn't selling 1% of your store every day, and I'm not a seller who's selling 1% of my store every day. I'm selling 0.5% of my store every day. But if you're selling 1% of your store every day, then you're basically at 90% of your store selling in 90 days. And so you're almost at 100% sell-through rate. And so if you are having slow sales, having stale inventory, having low ball offers that drive you nuts, and you are listing things high, then your stuff might not be getting seen. And the only thing that I'm doing, people ask me all the time, how do you sell so much all by yourself? And the reality is, I am not looking for the mountaintop. I'm looking for a reasonable price that makes me money. I went on and on and on about this already, so I don't want to beat a dead horse, but I do feel like I was aggressive and a little arrogant. And my point was not to be those things. My point was to say, those things, like pricing things that don't have a great sell-through rate too high when you aren't an above the fold seller. Like, that's Chris Lynn uses that term. Like, the term comes from above the fold, the headline of a newspaper. Back in the day, you'd unfold the newspaper. The above the fold means the first thing that anybody sees. And if you were to go to the library, so it's not your search history, and look up something you have in your store and you aren't one of the guys who comes up in the first 10, then you're not an above the fold seller. eBay isn't pushing your store to everybody who searches that stuff. And so then you have, if you're not that guy, you have to be either there's only 10 listed, or you have to be inexpensive, or you have to have better keywords. It's a competition. And the things that we can, here's how I do keywords. I go, and I've said this before, I go find the one that's sold that's most like mine for the highest, and I steal that title. I copy and paste that title. People are like, why are you using the word steal? Because it doesn't offend me. I don't think of it as theft, stealing it. I mean, they mean the same thing, but I don't think about it the same way. Use it, copy and pasting that title. eBay encourages you to do that. That's why they have a sell similar button. But if you use that title, that person obviously had some success. And so you use that title as your title and would change something if theirs was a large and yours was a medium, change the one thing. But, so then you're using their keyword optimization that got them the highest sold. And then you price it in a way that makes it more appealing for somebody who's looking for that, which means off the top of the market. And then you have to do that with enough consistency that eBay knows that you're selling things and can keep up with volume. And when you do those things, then you start to grow. But until you start, like eBay's not going to sell your whole store out day one. You're not going to get a whole bunch of sales because eBay doesn't trust, and I say we, people who sell on eBay doesn't trust sellers right off the bat with all of their buyers. And so the buyers who are buying a lot, and eBay has said they're focusing on repeat buyers. And so they aren't going to trust you with their people who spend more than $200 or $300 on the platform in a month or in a year. Repeat buyers, most things sell for $20 approximately. Almost everything is under $100. Like the over $100 is like 5% or something of eBay sales. And there are a lot of things that sell for that, but there are lots and lots and lots of things that sell. And so you're lower on the percentage if you're above $100. But the point is this: eBay is focusing on trying to accommodate for buyers who buy a lot of $20 and $30 things. They're also working on luxury shoes and watches and handbags and sports cards. But for our purposes, eBay has buyers that they're trying to get who come back time and again, and they are filtering those buyers to people who they know can handle the volume and they know provide a good customer service. And so how you would get into the algorithm to be above the fold is keyword optimization and pricing until the point that you are selling a volume that then eBay can trust you. All right. Let's talk about what sold. Guy paid for, and this, I had these styrofoams, so I went ahead and put them on there. So this is the Spaceship, Space Mountain. I keep trying to say Spaceship Earth. Spaceship Earth is the golf ball at Epcot. And that sold for 140, buyers all in at 174. And then I got to go pull everything else because it's all over the place.